Hello everybody, let's get right into this. So, for his grab, this would be a first for my personal Moose idea series. It would be a Tether Grab. He would use the, I forgot what it's called, grappling hook. He would use a grappling hook to grapple the foe and bring them forward to him. And as I said before, it's a tether, so if he uses this off stage, it could be a little extra if he doesn't want to use a recovery moves for some ungodly reason, and he couldn't get high enough with his dodges. So after that, he would just grab the foe with both arms. For his pummel, he would just punch the foe. I believe that's actually something that he does. Oh, by the way, this is a reference to when he was teaming up with Ellie and they were on the run from basically everybody. Anyway, for his forward throw, he would shout, "Rado Boost!" Headphone warning for all you. Anyway, he would just yell like he does when he's stealing the Tunisian diamond, I believe, from the Topak clan and completing the mission. Tell me if I'm wrong about that one. It might have been an emerald or a ruby, I forget. And yeah, this would send the foe pretty far forward. For the back throw, he would eat the duplicate orange, and I just now realized it's a reference to the Super Mario Double Cherry, dang it. He would eat the duplicate orange, and it would have a clone of him appear in front of him behind the foe. Notice how I didn't actually put the foe there. And the duplicate of Henry would kick the foe behind him. And then the duplicate would actually be the new Henry, and it would remove all damage that you've taken, because then you're playing as new Henry, and yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. The duplicate would just disappear. That would be way too OP. For the up throw, it would have the dancing robot. Keep looking over here. Do not get distracted by other. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this now. So this is a reference to what he was doing when he was teaming up with Charles in Special Brovert Ops, where Charles basically just takes control of the Topak clan's dancing robot. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Play completing the mission if you want to understand what the heck is going on here. It would just jump out randomly from the floor. Don't ask me where it came from, it just does. And then it would just do a stylish hit to the opponent that Henry's grabbing, and Henry would be panicking during all of this because it's the Topak clan's dancing robot. And finally, for down throw, I'm so sorry everybody for how I drew it. I truly am sorry to everyone about how I drew this. It would have the reference come out. No, this isn't a reference move. This is just what it's called when Henry Stickmin was betrayed by the Topak clan in the completing the mission run Revenge. It would have the reference come out and just hit the foe on the ground. All the while Henry would cross his arms. Yes, this is what Stickmin looks like when they're crossing their arms. Anyway, and then he would look anime because it was an anime battle. It was actually a fail, by the way, but I cannot believe it was a fail. Anyway, getting away from that, the neutral special is another reference. And this one I do need to talk about a little extra for two characters that this could reference. Again, this can reference any neutral special. It could reference Mario's, dang it, I was about to go in order again. Isabelle's neutral special, Wii Fit Trainer, anybody, really. And here's the important thing to note. Kirby and Olimar, their neutral specials are a little more difficult because Kirby's copies the foe and Olimar picks out a Pikmin, which then follows him to his side special. So for both of those, I'm just going to relegate it to their side special. For Kirby, actually now that I think about it, I'm going to make a mid-video change, something I haven't done much. For Kirby's neutral special, Henry would inhale him. Don't ask me how that would look. Same with King Deities. He would inhale the foe and then spit them out. It would do about double the damage that King Deities does just to compensate for this. But yeah, Henry would just shoot out the opponent in a star shape like Kirby can do if they don't want to inhale the opponent. And for Olimar's, he would just throw a Pikmin forward. It would go in the order of red, blue, yellow, purple, and white. It would go in order if you somehow, by some miracle, got Olimar 5 times. Anyway, for the side special, it would be the scooter. This one, I need to go over a little bit first. See, he would start by using his trusty scooter. On the ground, he would just be rolling, and just for funsies, in the air, it would turn to a rocket scooter that he uses, I believe, when he's also trying to steal the emerald, ruby, or diamond from the top hats. He would ride the scooter a good amount forward, and while he's doing this, you can press side special again to do one of 3 things that are randomly generated. The first one would be mosquito mode, which would pierce through foes and go an extra far distance. The next one would be the spike wheels, which would go far distance, and if you're on the ground, it would make you go faster on the ground, and if you collide with a wall, you wouldn't just stop like you normally would with the special, didn't say that. And if you hit a wall with this one, the spike wheels, you will actually move up the wall. This is a reference to how Henry literally stole an entire rocket. And the last one, Henry would just peace out. He would just peace out off of the scooter, and then the scooter would act as a projectile that can only be stopped when it hits a wall. So yeah, I would actually say this is the best one, because if you've seen Minecraft Steve, their side special that Sakurai presented, by the way, little information about that. I was actually going to do a reaction to that, but my camera that I'm using right now ran out of space, so I had to delete that video, which was almost an hour long, to make way for the videos I'm recording now. So anyway, it would actually be a little better since it can have a long range. Anyway, getting to the up special, which is on this paper, how many times I've actually... Anyway, for the up special, he would use the helicopter hat that he used when he was the leader of the Top Hat clan, but they actually decided that he shouldn't be anymore because he ditched Ellie. That's going to be a little coincidental. You'll see why later, but anyway, this would act kind of like King K. Rool's up special, where he uses his propeller backpack and just goes upwards. For his other up special, the second one, this would actually be unique. It would be a teleport, but not in the way you'd think. He would hold up a magic hat, and then for a short bit, you can choose where you want to throw it, any direction, you and down. He would throw it, acting as a small projectile, and then he would go through another hat and come out that one. It would take a little longer for him to teleport to compensate for it being an actual attack that you can use. But yeah, this would be pretty neat. Also, the little time that you have to tell if you're using the top hat first and then which direction you want to throw it in would be a little extended because there are 3 possible things. And then lastly, for his last up special, it would be the jetpack. This would act kind of like Diddy Kong's up special, where you can just go absolutely anywhere, go completely insane. And yeah, that's basically all there is to the up special. Yeet! Now let's get to the down special, and there are actually 5 down specials. The first one would be the bug juice. This one, Henry Stickmin would inject something into him that turns him into a bug that would take about a second because it doesn't want to be a little underpowered, and it would turn him into a bug. This would last for about 5 seconds, letting him avoid anything, and you can really only indicate where he is by the little teeny tiny fly that he turns into, and after 5 seconds he would just reappear. Now the thing about this is you can't attack while you're in the fly, so that's not OP, and you cannot dodge final smashes. That is way too OP if you can just use this to dodge final smashes and be okay with it. We already have Squirtle that can do that. We don't need more. For the other down special, he would throw the 3 gems that he acquires. The first one would be the Ruby. Okay, I just realized the one that he is stealing from the Top Hat Clan and completing the mission is the Emerald. I just remembered that. You don't have to type in comments anymore about that, but anyway, getting back on track. The 3 of them would have different effects. The Ruby would do more damage, but not as much knockback. The Emerald would do more knockback, but not as much damage. And then the Diamond would bury foes. By the way, if you're wondering how these end up getting thrown, Henry just kind of chucks them forward. They don't have that much range, however, except for their size. Because, as we've seen before, when Henry tries to throw something, he doesn't do that good. So yeah, he would just kind of chuck it a little forwards in front of him, and then they do their respective effect. And then for the final down special, he would equip the mirror. This is a reference to what he did in the Undertale fight. I mean the totally not a reference to Undertale Mr. Macbeth fight that he did when he was trying to steal the money cart from the Top Hat Clan. Again, play Henry Stickmin. Sorry about that, everybody. We had a small camera incident, but now we're back from that little flash, and now let's get back to it. So yeah, he would just equip the mirror for about 3 seconds, and then he would be able to reflect any projectile. For his final smash, he would start it off with the teleporter, and anybody caught in the little flash from the teleporter would be teleported to an undisclosed area. And then, every single choice in Henry Stickmin ever would just come out of nowhere. Even the Top Hat's rocket ship, and Charles, obviously, making the greatest plan, would come up a little bit slow motion just to show that it all coming onto the opponent. But then the camera would zoom away from all that and look at Henry Stickmin distracting dancing. And then the final smash would end. What? You didn't think I was going to incorporate the distraction dance? That's the only reason I put Henry Stickmin as an option, just so that I could incorporate the distraction dance. What do you think? Anyway, so yeah, that is his final smash. Well, we're all done here. I think we can call it a day. That wraps up everything. Yeah, I know that's not the end. I know for a fact that so many of you would actually get mad at me if I did not incorporate this character in some way. So for the first time in my moveset, I am going to be making an Echo Fighter. Ellie. Ellie would be an Echo Fighter to Henry. She does actually have some sense of being able to use some of the options that Henry can also choose. So the thing about that is she can actually see the options like Henry does. She doesn't actually make the choices. So to reference this, the attacks that she uses won't be as strong because she can't really technically choose them. But to compensate for that, she would be faster than Henry, have a few higher jumps and average weight to compensate for being a little weaker. And that's all. All her attacks would be the same. I'm not going to make different attacks. And yeah, that'd be it. Now we're done. Thank you so much for watching this moveset. I'm going to actually tell you all this now if you didn't read the comments in my little news video. whoever didn't get chosen for number 5 is going to be number 10. So because you all voted for Henry Stickmin to be the moveset number 5 that I do, for Super Smash Bros. Moveset number 10, we will be doing a character that is very close to me, Eon from Skylanders. This is a game I used to play a long time ago, and it always holds a deep place in my heart. So now I'm going to go back to that. Eon from Skylanders. I need to refresh myself on a lot of stuff from that. But yeah, be sure to look out for that. And if you're watching this during Week of Mega, next episode of Week of Mega is going to be very good for callbacks. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you later, everybody.